Right.
So the premise behind the book, and Bill, I'll kind of direct this question towards you, is there are you go over 16 habits that salespeople typically have that really are not, you have to change, and then obviously you go through how do you do a change process, and how do you keep going and moving in the right direction. So just a high level, how did you guys come up with the 16 habits? How come it wasn't potentially 24 or 5, or were these just the core ones that you found, or do you find more? Do you find, what's your take on that?
What we did in preparation for putting the book together was we interviewed primarily sales managers, national sales managers of everything from Nike to American Express to Boeing, right? And then we talked to regional managers and district managers, and basically talked to them about what's the difference between the most successful people on your team and the people who are not successful. What kind of things get them into trouble? And as we started talking to sales reps, sales managers, national sales managers, these 16 kind of emerged. These are the buckets that we ended up putting the feedback that we got from them into. Then after we got those buckets, what we found out was that there's about 5 or 6 of these that are much more likely to be habits for your seasoned veteran, right? This is somebody with 3, 6, 10 years of experience, traps that they can fall into. Some of the other habits are more what we call rookie mistakes. And in total, we came up with 16. But it was a result of all of the information that we gleaned from basically.
It was funny when I was going through and reading them. I chuckle because I've spent 25 years in sales and marketing. I'm more on the marketing side now than I am on the sales side. But I laugh because obviously. You kind of wrote this book about me as I was going through my sales career, I think is what it comes down to. I'm looking at one right now, habit number 5, contact without a purpose. And that is one of my biggest pet peeves, I guess, when people contact you and it's just, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Small talk.
And it's like has zero purpose whatsoever. Yeah. But the concept here is maybe I might get you to rattle off, what do you think are kind of the top 3? And I don't want to give away all 16, obviously, because I want people to buy your book, and I'm going to hold it up here again. But what do you think are maybe the top 2 or 3 that salespeople could really could benefit from changing? Which ones do you guys think it might be? And then again, it's that rookie and also the seasoned veteran. Potentially. Maybe Don or
Bill.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Just wasn't sure.
Maybe let me take the seasoned veteran since I kind of brought that up. And we basically, it'd be habit number 1, failure to be present. Right? It's that when you've been doing this for years and years and you know the customers and you know the products, and it can be that kind of... it looks like you'd rather be somewhere else with someone else. You're just not fully present and in the moment. And what some seasoned veterans think is that, well, that will never show to the customer, but it does. And a second would be selective hearing. It's thinking, it's overcoming objections in your mind rather than just listening to what the customer is saying. And if I had to pick the third of the big 3 for the seasoned veteran, it would be curb qualifying. And here I am, I wrote the book, and the story I tell about myself is I did that as recently myself as a couple of months ago, where I get a call from a potential client. They're 3 time zones away from me. I've never heard of them before, and my first reaction is I'm not too excited about it. And I find out later on that it's a major, I could have blown this. It actually was a major source of great consulting work. So it's really easy when you've been in the business for a while to make those judgments about the potential of a client before you actually listen to what they have to say. So if I had to pick 3 for the seasoned veteran, it would be 1, failure to be present, 2, selective hearing, habit 4, selective hearing, and habit 6, curb qualifying.
Interesting. So first off, the failure to be present, even just not showing up in the devoid. I've been in meetings before where I've been guilty of that, but definitely Very, very valid point. And the curb. What was it again? Curb. I'm trying to look at your point here. Curb qualifying. There we are. Yeah.
Right. We hear about this most frequently in auto sales and in real estate, right? Where there's a tendency to judge a prospect's kind of means and motives superficially at a distance, right? If they drive up in one kind of a car, you kind of assume that they've got these kind of means and might be interested in whatever. And of course, sometimes we're so wrong.
Wow.